Good morning and welcome back to another day of my life, weekend of my life. I'll probably vlog both Saturday and Sunday this weekend. I feel like when I choose the weekend as my day in the life for the week, I like to do both days. That way, if one of the days I don't vlog as much or whatever, there's still enough footage and enough content for you to get value out of the video. So it is Saturday morning and I'm already laughing at myself because I'm headed to a dance class, another outdoor dance class. It's with a totally different person than the last one that I talked about in a video. This one is with the nutrition coach that I was working with for a while, and she teaches online classes. Talked about her classes before. Her name is Justina, and I absolutely love her classes. Her playlists are the best. She does a lot of Broadway, a lot of like pop, like 90s, 2000s. It's just fun. And I've mentioned this before, but music is one of those things that just like really motivates me when it comes to working out. So anyways, she is teaching an outdoor, it's actually on a rooftop, which, okay, I keep trying to adjust the lighting, but I'm just gonna be honest, when I vlog outside, the lighting is all over the place, and we're just gonna have to deal with it. It looks like we have mostly shade coming up, so it should be fine. Anyways, headed to a class. I looked up the like options for how to get there. Even after living in New York for 8 years, could I figure out how to get there if I didn't want to use an app? Absolutely. But is it easier to use an app and just figure out what is the fastest, what's the best option, etc.? Yes, that is the best way to do it. So I looked on my app. The app I use is called City Mapper. That it is what I have found the best app in terms of predicting actually how long it's going to take. Google always underestimates how long taking like public transportation is going to take. City Mapper always tells me whether to get on at the front of the train or the back of the train, all the things. So the best option for where I'm going today from my apartment was to take the bus. That was the fastest, least amount of walking. Not like that I don't mind walking, which you're gonna hear about in a second. We have a lot of walking left to do. Not that I don't mind walking, but it was like the same amount of time as the subway, like total, but less walking. So I was like, fine, I'll take the bus. And I love taking the bus. It reminds me of my Nima because she always loved to take the bus, whether she was visiting here in New York or whether we were in London. She loved to take the bus because she liked to be able to see everything. She liked to be able to look out the windows and see the city instead of being down in the subway. So anyways, I walk over to the avenue to get on the bus, and a bus comes pretty quickly, and I was like, perfect, I'm gonna be early, this is great. Get on the bus, playing a game on my phone because I know I have plenty of time before I need to request my stop, and there aren't very many people on the bus. In fact, there's very few people on the bus, and then at one point I'm the only person on the bus. So I thought about kicking this vlog off on the bus, but I had my mask on and I wasn't sure how the sound was gonna be, so I decided to just forget it. I'm gonna relax and then I'll kick the vlog off when I get down there because I'm gonna get there early and I will have plenty of time. So she's driving along, and then all of a sudden she like turns to like go back up the other way, because that's what the buses do. They basically just drive up and down the avenues. And I was like, wait, that's not where I need to go. I need you to keep going south. So I like run up. I was sitting all the way in the back. I ran up to the front and I was like, wait, are you not like continuing south? She goes, oh, that's the other bus, honey. You need the 103. You're on the 101. I was like, oh my God, I'm on the wrong bus. She was like, yeah, so you just go back to that other avenue. You know, you can wait for a 103 and it'll take you all the way down where you need to go. I was like, oh, okay, great. So I pull up my phone, and at this point I'm like a 14-minute walk from where I need to be. And so I figured, let me just walk. Let me just walk the rest of the way. Forget waiting for another bus and making sure I get on the right bus again. So here I am, pulling out the camera, and I am gonna walk the rest of the way. All right, I am back home. I brought my camera, obviously, with me to the class with intention to film some of it, but it was just way too bright up there on that rooftop. It was beautiful. The views were beautiful. The setting was beautiful, but it got very hot. Like, I am very thankful that the class was at 9:30 in the morning. That way it wasn't too bad yet. I mean, I couldn't imagine if we had started any later. It would have been miserable. It was beautiful. The views were beautiful. The class was super fun. It was tough. Like, it was cardio dance, cardio Broadway style dance. And I loved the playlist. I loved all the songs. But since moving to our new apartment, we're not on the first floor anymore. I think I've mentioned that. And so when I take these classes online, I am modifying because I don't want to bother the people below me. So I'm not really jumping when I take them at home. And then you don't push yourself as hard when you're at home, even on a Zoom, even when I have my camera on. It's not the same as being there in person. And so between the heat and pushing myself because we were in person and actually doing the jumping, like, it was a tough class, but it was awesome. I'm very glad that I went. Came home, showered, ate some breakfast, and now I'm sitting here and I'm gonna show you what I'm planning on today. I'm actually not using my plum paper planner and what I've got set up for the rest of today. So I'm using this notepad from Cultivate What Matters that just has like a day at a glance. And normally I try to stay away from planning my days like so perfectly by the hour. I will do it on my Google Cal just so I don't overcommit myself. But then when it comes to that, like the actual day, I would rather not put hours to things. That way, if things take more time or less time, it isn't that big of a deal. But there were so many things on my calendar or on my schedule for today that are at set times that I thought it would be helpful for me to pull out this notepad and give it a go. So we already did a couple of these things. I guess I don't know if I want to check them off or cross them off. I guess it doesn't really matter. We kicked off the day in the life. I went to the workout class. This was to allow myself travel time too. The class was only 45 minutes, but I have 2 hours marked to get there and back. And then shower, get ready, eat breakfast. And then at 12, I am watching a live video. John Acuff, who I mentioned in my quarterly favorites video, I talked about his podcast. He's doing one of those like kind of free challenges this week, and the last session is today at noon. And then at 1, Sam and I are gonna sit down and have our financial goal conversation. I'm going to show you my power sheets in just a second, and I'll talk about that a little bit there. And then the Patreon call is scheduled for 2, and that usually lasts 2 hours, maybe a little bit more. And then while it uploads, it exports and uploads, I'm going to check some email, and then I have to do all the kind of post-call stuff to get the recording up for anybody that couldn't make it live. I need a time. I can't do it immediately afterwards because it has to export and upload first. And then I'm going to make dinner tonight, just because there was one other meal we had planned for this week that I didn't get around to making this week, and so I don't want those ingredients to go bad. So that's kind of how my day looks like. And then I have a couple more to-dos over here, and I do this when I plan in my plum paper too, but everything that's over here are things that I would like to get to today. If any of these things take less time than I think that they will, or if I have energy after dinner. But if I don't get to them today, then I'll just move them on to tomorrow, and I will show you. I'm probably gonna use the same thing tomorrow. We have no plans tomorrow, like no social commitments, which for the first time in a very long time. And so I guess I didn't really, no, I mean, I have a Patreon thing and the workout class today, but I'm excited to like have the whole day to myself and kind of map out what I want to get done tomorrow. I am going to be trying to get a lot of my like monthly goals done this weekend. Not quite all of them though. So let's start from the bottom. The vision board is definitely one I am going to try and get to. Probably not today. It's something that I'm probably going to work on tomorrow. I have all the photos. I got those printed out, picked those up from Walgreens. What I don't have is a white poster board, I realized. And we don't actually have, I looked up, we don't have like a Staples. You know, we have a Target. I wonder if the Target would have it. It's a very small Target. I don't know. I need to figure out where I can go buy a white poster board like in person and not online. And then the financial goals conversation, that's Sam and I are doing that today, so I'll be able to check that off. And then I'm hoping to also get to my June one little word today. I also got the picture printed out for that, and then I also watched the online course already, so it's just kind of about the crafty piece of it. Probably not today. I think I said today. I mean tomorrow. The rest of these things. This is what's getting done today, and then I'm hoping to kind of fit the rest of those other things in tomorrow. That way I feel like I'm in a good place on my June goals. This week, I haven't put the dots in yet because I just like, I don't want to, but I didn't do any of my cleaning stuff this week. This week was just super busy with work, and I like was in a rush to get to my desk in the mornings, and so I didn't get to any of my cleaning stuff. So I think I'm just gonna have to put in a bunch of dots here because I'm not gonna play catch up today. It's not worth it. You know, that's one thing that I've been kind of working on. Maybe working on is not the right word, but I was having a conversation with somebody. Specifically, it was about cleaning and like cleaning routines, but I think it could apply to other goals and other parts of your life too, and that is not always trying to play catch up. Now, some things you have to play catch up on. Like if you're doing an online course, like sometimes it doesn't make sense for you to just like jump into the current week, and you need to play catch up before you can get there. But something like cleaning, what she was encouraging me to do was not try and always play catch up. And if I miss a day, it's okay. You just miss a day and you'll clean that same spot next week and it's fine. This week it just happens to be all of the spots. But like last week I did play catch up, but that's because we were having company. But I think on a normal week, just this is the kind of thing that I can just let go and be like, I'm not going to worry about playing catch up. I'm just going to pick back up and start fresh next week. Except not fresh because it's cleaning, but you know what I mean. Okay, here's where we are. So I did all of these things, shaded in the financial conversation that we had, gave up, put in the dots for the cleaning, and Patreon call, and did everything post call. in between the call and post call, I just sat on the couch and like chatted with Sam and played on my phone. I didn't actually do anything like productive. I feel like I thought that I was just gonna have the energy to sit at my desk and work and go through emails, but I just didn't. I didn't feel like it. So I'm learning. I feel like figuring out routines, and like for me, this is a routine. Yeah, it only happens once a month, but it happens once a month. But figuring out that routine is all about learning what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So anyways, this is where we're at. And I also got these other 2 things done. I think that's gonna be it for today. I'm not gonna get to all these other things. And then I also jotted down some of the things that I want to also get done tomorrow. We will see tomorrow if that all actually happens. But these are all the things I'd like to get done tomorrow. But I at least got the meal plan, like all the meals planned out, and I got the grocery list made. So the goal is to go to Trader Joe's the first thing in the morning when I wake up. That way I can hopefully beat the crowds. So what I was gonna cook tonight, which is the ingredients I bought last time we went grocery shopping, are these turkey burgers and frozen green beans. But I think instead of cooking dinner at home, we are going to go out to dinner and support a Black-owned business in our community. Today is Juneteenth, the day that I'm filming this, obviously not the day that it goes up. And so in honor of that, we looked up New York City Black-owned businesses. Obviously there are a ton. There are a lot, and we actually now have a laundry list of new restaurants that we want to try. Some of them in our neighborhood, some of them in other neighborhoods. Tonight we're gonna venture out slightly outside of our neighborhood, but not too far. Like, it is walkable. It's a long walk, but it's walkable. So we're gonna go check out one of those places for dinner. We're kind of still deciding between 2, but we're excited. That is what we're gonna do for dinner. I also wanted to mention, in honor of Juneteenth, there is an Instagram post from Clever Girl Craftings, which is someone that I enjoy and follow on Instagram. Also, her daughter just started a business where she is selling earrings, and they are so cute. So if you're looking for like gifts, I'm gonna get gift cards to that shop for my nieces. Well, definitely my niece that already has her ears pierced. The other one may or may not. I don't think she has her ears pierced. Definitely the one that does. I will get her a gift card to that shop. I think that's a fun idea. And then she can support this small, like, kid-owned business by shopping there, but she gets to pick out the earrings that she wants and not me, like, picking out the earrings for her. Anyways, sorry, tangent. Clever Girl Craftings posted on Instagram this morning a post that for Juneteenth, she asked anyone who's Black to comment with their Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, etc. And for others who are financially able to donate and contribute to sending them money. And I just think that that is such a awesome, like, active action. Like, that I think is the biggest struggle from the last year, has been action. What action can we take as like regular people? Obviously voting, and voting in support of policies that are going to make change is something that we can absolutely do. But what else can we do? And donating to other organizations, but the concept of donating and supporting individuals, I can get behind that. I just think that that is really special and something really impactful. Like, that by donating directly to someone's Venmo, you are changing, if not their day, their week, their month, depending on their situation and how much you're able to donate. And I think that's really cool. Also, in the comments are a ton of Black-owned businesses that commented and said, like, not leaving my Venmo, but I'm a Black-owned business. Here's my handle. Follow me, buy things. Like, I am gonna go back through later and go save all of those businesses, and when I need gift ideas, like, go to those businesses and support them. And it just is it's a great resource. And so even though by the time that this video goes up, Juneteenth will have passed, I would encourage you to go to that post. And even if you are not financially able to donate, share it, save some of those Black-owned businesses for future gift ideas, and just, again, one step at a time. It feels sometimes like it's not enough. Like, this one action is not enough, but if enough of us take these one actions, then it does make a difference, and then it's something. So anyways, that is where I'm at for Saturday. So I'm gonna go put on some real clothes. Actually, I'm probably just gonna leave the same shirt on that I have on, but I'm gonna go put on some not sweatpants so that we can go to dinner. Good morning. It is Sunday, and I am just sitting down at my desk to get my brain empty of all the things that I would like to get done today. Like I mentioned yesterday, we don't have any plans today, which is kind of amazing. So there's a lot of things that I would like to get done. I do also plan to fit some rest in today. Oh, hi, good morning, Charlie. It's nice of you to join us. I do plan to get some rest in today. We rested a lot yesterday evening. In the evening, we went to dinner and then we came home and relaxed and didn't like do anything else. So I do feel like I got a good bit of weekend rest in yesterday, but this shouldn't take me the whole day. And what I decided to do was go ahead and star the things that were like incredibly important, like the things that'll make a difference in my week if I get those things done. So it's going to Trader Joe's, going for a walk. That's mostly because, hi, can you just come on my lap? So the next thing is going for a walk. That's mostly because I'm working on getting, closing all of my Apple Watch rings every day this month. I am on track for a perfect month. I have 19 days so far. And so on the weekends, when I usually take a rest day, I'm just going for long walks. So I need to go for a 30-minute walk to close my Apple Watch ring. Meal prep, which I just realized is on there twice. I wrote meal prep on there twice because I really want to get, you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it on there twice because there's going to be the first round of meal prep and the second round, because one of the meal prep things I'm doing, I'm diving back into my favorite cookbook, which is Cook Once, Eat All Week. And I haven't been using this cookbook because it requires like a good hour or two on Sunday to prep. And I just haven't had that time because I've just had so many things going on. So I'm diving back into this, and the week that I'm doing this week, it requires meat to sit in the crock pot for a while. So you know what? Meal prep 1 is gonna be getting that meat in the crock pot and anything else. And then meal prep 2 will be finishing it up. Just changing the sheets on the bed, just the thing I do every Sunday, and then planning out my week. So those are all the things that I want to get done today. The stars are the most important, and then everything else would just be kind of a nice to have. And then everything else here is also kind of like fun things. So Dwayne Reed is going to pick up photos. Dwayne Reed is our drugstore. It's like our Walgreens. Walgreens has actually bought them out, but most of the New York ones are still not labeled, branded as Dwayne Reed. Anyways, I realized for my vision board, I cut the vision board photos yesterday while we were watching an episode of something, and I forgot to send one of the collages I made to Dwayne Reed. So I sent the photos. I'm also gonna see if Dwayne Reed has a poster board. So I'm gonna go to Dwayne Reed, pick up the photos, get the poster board, and that's for my vision board. One little word. Okay, emails is not necessarily fun, but you get what I'm saying. So that is what today looks like. Okay, I promise I will show you more than my sticky note today, but this is where I'm at so far. I went to Trader Joe's. I got some of the meal prep stuff. I got the meat in the crock pot, and I have the sweet potatoes in the oven. I have the sheets in the wash. That's why I put the little dot. Normally I just kind of swap out the sheets from the ones that are clean. Like we have a set of clean sheets and then the sheets on the bed, but our hamper is full right now, so I figured I would just go ahead and wash them, and then I went ahead and planned my week. So I think the next thing I'm gonna do, which is not a star, but well it is, because I'm gonna go for a walk and I'm gonna go to Dwayne Reed while I'm out walking, because it's getting really hot. It's almost noon and I can just tell that it's gonna be another really hot day, and I don't want to do that later in the day. I want to get that walk over with and then come back to my air-conditioned office. Okay, hi. First time I'm showing my face. I actually need to grab my to-do list. I'm sitting on the floor because I just finished up my vision board, which I'm obsessed with it. I love it, and I can't wait to show it to you. So I finished pretty much all the meal prep except the meat that's still in the crock pot, and then I'll shred it when it's done in the crock pot, and that's not gonna be for a few more hours. But I did the sweet potatoes and the Brussels sprouts for the week, so that's all done. I did my one little word, so that is done. I went to Dwayne Reed and picked up photos and poster board, and some of you can probably relate to this. I got 2 poster boards just in case I messed up and I wanted my vision board to be perfect. And so I got 2, but I didn't end up needing the other one. I just went with the flow, and I did mess up one spot, but I just moved a picture around so that I could cover it up with a picture, and then it ended up turning out great. So let me, hold on. Before I show you my vision board, let me grab my to-do list and check in with what I've got done so far. Okay, so I did Dwayne Reed, I did, come on Sharpie, let's go. This Sharpie is like not working anymore. There we go. I did the walk, did the vision board. I would say I love these sticky notes from, this is from the Post-it collection at Target, but they're kind of, the paper's kind of this weird in between that if I use like a normal pen on them, it takes a second to dry and I'm known to smear it. That's why I've been using the Sharpie on them. But anyways, okay, so that's that's all I've got. And the sheets are done in the dryer. So as soon as I'm done with this clip, I'll go put those on, and then I will be done with the sheets. So then what I will have left is the shelves, which I will hang at the same time that I hang this vision board. So let me tell you about my vision board. If you watched any of my goals videos, I talked about how I made these digital vision boards. I made them back in January. On my iPad, I put photos and words and actions and just all the things related to my 6 overarching annual goals. And I loved them. I mean, I still loved them, but they just sat on my phone and my iPad, and like I didn't actually look at them on a regular basis. So I made it a goal in May to look at them every morning as part of my morning routine. And I did love that, but I wanted a physical manifestation. And part of me was like, are you really gonna make a vision board in June? Are you gonna wait that long? Yeah, I am. And I debated it, but you know what? 2 things. One, there is a space on my wall that is perfect for it in my office, and we didn't move until March. And so that just worked out. And second off, there are still 6 months in the year left. Like, that is a lot of time for me to accomplish a lot of things. So I did put a few things on this vision board that I've already accomplished this year. But again, this is my 2021 vision board, even though it's June. Then we're almost halfway through the month. But what I did was I got photos printed at Walgreens. I just got them in a collage form. So some of them are a little bit bigger, some of them are a little bit smaller, but I just did a collage, different various collages, and got them all printed in 4x6. And then I laid them all out to start, just so I could kind of figure out where I wanted things to be, which goal I kind of wanted in which section. Then I cut down my poster board to be the size of my frame, because my frame, again, was purchased to fit in the space in my office. I wasn't gonna make the vision board and then buy the frame to fit that, because in the future, I'm just gonna use this same frame and replace it next year with next year's vision board. And then I just got to work. The only supplies I used were an adhesive roller. I actually went through a whole one. This is, I have no idea what, like, it's not a specific brand that I like, I just have these. I used Sharpies, which is funny. I actually bought a new pack of Sharpies when I bought the poster board, but I didn't like how thin. I thought I was gonna like the thinness, but it looked too thin. So I ended up using older Sharpies so that they looked a little bit thicker. And then I actually used these markers from Cultivate What Matters. When I reviewed these back in last October, I didn't love them because they were advertised as color coordinating markers, and they didn't color coordinate to the power sheets at all, but they were perfect for this. So each of my goals has like its own color, which you'll see. So here it is at a glance. Oh, I just love how it turned out. I just love it. So it is very similar to the digital ones. Like, I just used the digital ones as my inspiration. I wasn't coming up with anything new. It wasn't like, it didn't take that much brain power in terms of figuring out what I wanted to put, because I'd already done all that work. All this was transferring it over to this format. So I did cut some of the pictures. There's a couple less pictures than there were on my digital ones, and I did cut a couple action items for things that are a little bit more personal. There were a couple things on my my digital ones that were very personal that I didn't want up on my wall for people to be able to see all the time. So I cut some of those things so that this can always just be public. So again, there are 6 goals. This is all the Plan with Laken related stuff in this corner. I used this marker because it is this one, and I thought it was gonna be yellow. It turns out it's a little bit more orange. I really wanted Plan with Laken to be yellow. Not orange, but it's fine. It turned out okay. And then this section is the doing things that make me happy. So all the things I like to do that make me happy. Then this section is kind of our whole finance section, the green. This is all of the apartment related stuff. And this is one of the things I was debating putting on here, because we already did that. Like, we already found our dream apartment, but it is a big piece of my 2021. So I wanted this on here. This section is our relationship section. This is looks a little bit smaller than everything else. That's because a lot of the stuff on here was personal stuff that I didn't end up translating here, and I think that that's fine. And then in the top right corner is all of my lose weight stuff. So I'm just so excited to hang this up. So I need to clean up. It's kind of a mess down here on the floor. It's the poster board I didn't end up using, and then that's where it's gonna go, right there above the computer. I love it. I love it. It just makes me so happy. I love how it turned out. It looks so great up there, and I just feel like when I'm sitting at my desk, I'm just gonna be able to look up and be reminded of all the things that I'm working towards. Okay, let me show you all the other handiwork I did today. Sam did help me with this. This is a 2-person job, but pulled out all the tools, got these hung. So these are just like acrylic shelves. They're meant for like a child's library. That's what they were advertised for, but that's exactly what I wanted above this like bar area, which I need to do something with the top, but this is exactly what I wanted on top. I like the acrylic so that it just doesn't add more, I don't know, thickness to the space. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know what I mean? Our apartment's not big, and so I feel like the acrylic just adds that extra space. And then these are frames that we used to have above our TV in our old apartment, and my plan, like the vision, is to get a bunch of other types of little small frames to kind of fill in around these frames. And then I'm also gonna swap out some of these pictures because Sam was like, we should have pictures of like our family and not just us, and he's probably right. So I'll swap out some of these pictures with some family photos. And then also, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get some, these are all 8x10s. And so, well, these are like 8x10 frames with I think it's a 5x7 photo inside. But I wanna get some 5x7 frames and some 4x6 frames to kind of fill in there. And then let's head to the kitchen. The other thing that I did was this shelf. So this is just our kitchen table, and this shelf, for some reason with the way it looks in the viewfinder on the camera, it looks not like, it looks like it's tilting. It's not, I promise. The purpose was just to put some cookbooks up here. Yes, for usefulness, but also for decor. And then this was another frame that we had that was part of the same collage as those other frames that I'm thinking I might put here and turn on its side this way and just get a big picture there. And then I just have this candle here. I might switch those things around. I haven't quite decided. And then I feel like we still need at least something on our table, like a little plant in the corner. I've been talking about this home goods trip for forever, and that I feel like needs to be on the home goods list. The other things that are on the home goods list that we need are throw pillows, both for the bedroom and the couch. And I think Sam wants a throw pillow for his office. And then we also need the frames. And then I think a little plant right there in our living room next to our TV stand. So the other thing, where did it go? The other thing that I need to do today, Sam already did it, and he reminded me that I need to get it done today. And that is to go through this NYC voter guide and prepare who we are voting for on Tuesday. The problem, we forgot to switch our voter registration. In my mind, we had plenty of time, and it didn't make the moving list, and then it didn't happen. And so I got this, what's funny is I got this thing in the mail that's like this NYC voter guide that's got so much information about all of the candidates for all the positions that we're voting for on Tuesday to this address where we live now. But yet, if you go to like registered voters for New York, we're still registered in our old neighborhood. And so we will be voting for the wrong, which one is it? That's like special by location. City council representative. It is gonna be the wrong district, but we wanna make sure that we go and vote for mayor, what are the other ones? Public advocate, comptroller, and borough president. Mayor is the important one. Like mayor is the one that we wanna make sure that we go and get our votes in. And then what's the interesting part, Charlie, the interesting part about this election, if you haven't seen this somewhere, is that New York City is doing what they're calling ranked choice voting. So you get to vote for up to 5 candidates. You get to rank up to 5 candidates for all of those different positions: mayor, public advocate, comptroller, borough president, city council representative. And you get to rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So Sam already went through this little magazine and put his numbers next to it. And I am gonna go ahead and do mine next. We align on a lot of things, but just because he picked his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be my same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For mayor, again, is the most important one that I'm gonna, for the other ones, so it's really cool. Let me see if I can find a page that Sam didn't put. Well, actually, let me go to a district that's not ours, because I was like, even if I go to a page that he didn't mark, you'll know like which ones he didn't mark. And again, not that I think either of us are super quiet about our political views, but I don't want, that's his, I don't know, sure. Anyways, here's a district that we're not a part of, and it's got the top 3 issues, background information, and then like a quote from them, and then a photo and their name, and it's got, for all of them, so it's got, Charlie, I'm trying to show you this, so it's got all of the, these are all of the district council 3, and then these are all the district, where was 4? Oh, maybe there is. Oh, there is no primary election in Council 4. It says it right there. Anyways, so for the non-mayoral ones, I'm just gonna go through and base my decisions based on the information that is in this magazine thing. But for mayor, I'm gonna go and do some more research on those candidates. I might use this to like narrow it down and then go do more research to figure out who I wanna do one, like ranking between 1 through 5 or something like that. But I might get to it today, I might get to it tomorrow, but we realize that on Tuesday we are going to have to go back to our old neighborhood in order to vote, which is fine. We wanna make sure that we do that. I think, I'll be honest, I have not been good in the past about voting in these lower level elections. I do think I've always voted for mayor in the primaries, but never in the, or sorry, that I have that backwards, in the general election for mayor, but never in the primaries. And especially now that they're doing this ranked voting, I think it's really important that we do our research and we go vote on Tuesday. So back to my list. The only things that I have not done are emails, which I just might not get to today. I just might not get to them. And then shred the meat that's in the crock pot, which I can't do until it's done. It's not done. So it's about 5:45 and now I'm like, do I just go ahead and make dinner? I really want to take a bath. Like, I am so proud of all of the things that I've gotten done today. Kitty right next to me. Like I said, basically everything on my list except the emails and the one thing that I'm gonna do that I definitely am like, I'm taking a bubble bath. It's just whether I'm gonna do it now and then cook dinner or cook dinner now and then do it. I'm gonna make, for dinner, I'm gonna make what I was planning to make last night, which is turkey burgers. Just ground turkey, onion, some spices on the stove, and then I bought fresh asparagus this morning at Trader Joe's. I was gonna make a frozen vegetable, but I saw the fresh asparagus and it just looked so good that I was like, I'm gonna just buy that and we'll use the frozen vegetables for another meal. So I think I'm gonna go and close out this vlog here because I know that has been a lot of content over the last 2 days, and enjoy the rest of my Sunday evening. I hope you enjoyed following along this weekend as I worked on some of my goals. Oh, I did not finish checking off my power sheets though. Let me go ahead and shade those in. So all I have left is our date night box, which is not here yet, and then finishing up March 1 Little Word, which I can't really do until the end of the month because it's working on the habit and then like kind of reflecting on the habit. So that's it. That's it. I feel pretty good about all the progress I made this month, or this weekend. On this month, I guess it's also this month. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. Monthly live Q&A that I do every month. Laken, that's how that works, monthly every month. Hold on, let me brighten this up a little bit. But for the mayoral, why can't I say that word? I'm gonna smile for the thumbnail, kitty.